everyone.
Hello.
Hey, Keith. And waiting on Phil.
He said he was cooking things. I'm sure he will return. Really now? We'll have none of that. Fiddlesticks it is.
Mock not the fiddlesticks.
Nom, nom, nom.
Still playing the game, huh?
We were playing it a little bit ago, getting our asses kicked.
Yeah, I keep meaning to join you guys, but every time I do, Wendy wants to watch a movie. No.
If you have not watched IP Man.
Oh, that's an awesome film.
Yeah, it is. I watched that the other night, and I was like, wow, that's really good.
Do they have a Fearless on there? Jet Li's Fearless? Because I kind of like that one a little bit better.
Is that about the same thing?
Yeah, well, it's sort of...
Same guy?
Not the same guy, but it's sort of in the same kind of...
Vein?
It's about... Yeah, well, okay, did you ever see, what's the Bruce Lee film?
I haven't seen Bruce Lee.
No. There is Fist of Fury. I think it's Fist of Fury, where the one where his master dies and he goes back and he kills the guys that killed the master.
Isn't that every Bruce Lee movie ever made?
That was most of Bruce Lee's movies.
It was one of the first big ones. It was one of those. Bruce Lee only made like 5 or 6 movies, so it was. I think it was Fist of Fury. Fearless is about the master that died. So it's kind of like a prequel of that film. But Fearless is very good. I kind of like it a little bit more than Ip Man.
And Ip Man apparently it was, well, not that the movie was completely historical, but it was based on a real dude.
Yeah, it was based on the guy who actually taught Bruce Lee.
Yeah, I read that. I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Wait.
They take
Bruce Lee wasn't born with his powers?
Well, he had the powers because he's Asian, but this guy unlocked them.
Gotcha.
They're all born with the powers. It's just how much can they unlock? Kind of like Wolverine's mind blocks. How much can you unlock? Bruce Lee had a lot of them unlocked.
Now, there is a sequel to Ip Man 2, but I have not seen that one yet. So
Ip Man 2?
Well, they planned a trilogy of films based on the guy. I think an actor shows up in the second one playing Bruce Lee. So, apart from films, what else has been going on? Anything?
Negative.
Negatory. No, I've been doing that. We played a little bit of Left 4 Dead 2 today. Not oodles of things transpiring.
So this Blood Bowl Legendary Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I've bought it, and I haven't even touched it yet, what are the extra 12 teams? There's more people, different people?
Yeah, there's all the original teams, and there's like Undead, which a team called the Kermi, which are like old undead, which are tougher and slower and less agile than the regular undead. There is an ogre team, vampire teams, halfling teams, Amazon, Norse. There's just a bunch of extra teams. And they fixed some of the rules in it. Meaning there's now the actual wizards and stuff like that you can hire instead of the way that it was before. The way they do the leagues now is cleaner. It's stupid in the sense that I feel that this is the kind of crap that should have been done initially anyway, but it's really just a cleaner version of the game.
It was on sale on Steam for $10.
Yes, it was on sale for $10.
Yeah, Blood Bowl Legendary Edition for $10. Now, normally it's $40.
It's normally, I think, $40. If you own the original, it's like $25 or $30 because they give you a discount.
So, are they really charging that much for some extra players and then basically...
Yes, they really are. They really are charging that much for crap that should have been just downloadable content to begin with.
Because $10 isn't bad for an expansion.
No, I mean, even if they did like a $20 expansion, I even would have been all right with that. But, yeah, the $40 game, that's just really silly.
And is this, I mean, I know there's an XBLA version of Blood Bowl. Have you tried that, Keith?
Tom has played it. I have not.
I'm not sure of which one that is of the two.
I believe that is not the Legendary. I believe that is the original. To my knowledge, it is just like the computer version, except I think it's single player only.
Well, that's dumb.
It's only like $10 or something, though. It's not a full price game per se. But yeah, no, it was. I honestly think that this is very much a Games Workshop just being very greedy, because what they put out, there's no need for it.
It didn't make much sense to me why they charged so much for the Legendary Edition over the...
The Legendary Edition, realistically, is the game that should have come out.
Because I remember when the game first came out, even before the Night Elves thing, and it was $50, like way long ago. And then the free Night Elves expansion came on, and then they had this Legendary one come out. When the other one dropped in price, I don't know.
Yeah, they did a lot of dumb things with it, in my humble opinion.
I think the guys who make it are French, right? Cyanide?
I believe they are, in fact, French, yes.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but yes, I do believe they are.
Miserable.
I mean, I'm a huge Games Workshop fan. I like the world. I like the games. It's just shitty that this is what they chose to do. But hey.
Well, at least they have a Space Marine game coming out.
Yes, that looks cool. That looks like, what the hell does it look like? It looks like Gears of War, just with you're a Space Marine. Which should be fun.
And that's for the 360, right? Or PC? I don't know. I haven't even paid attention to it.
You know, I'm not sure exactly what that's for. I know it's going to be for the PC. I would imagine that it would be for the console because, as we once again have proven today, console or PC gaming is horribly, horribly annoying.
Why did we prove this again today?
Because, again, just trying to play games, it's like, oh, your driver's not up to date. Oh, your penis isn't large enough. You need to go download this thing, and I go there, and they said my drivers weren't up to date.
It said your video card is not recognized.
Yes, that's what it said. And it's like, oh, really? So it's now no longer recognized. It was recognized for how long, but now it's no longer recognized. Okay, that's handy.
Yeah, so he goes to NVIDIA to update the drivers, and NVIDIA says, your drivers are the newest drivers we have.
At which point I just kind of said, all right, F it, and...
Ignore error message.
And the game played fine. And it's like, sweet, you're awesome. Thank you, PC Gaming. I wish all gaming was as cool as you. And I don't mean that. That's a horrible, bald-faced lie. Because if all gaming was like PC gaming, no one would game. Ever. I
really wish I had something to bring to the table besides my meager not playing anything. Ivan, come on, you've done something, right?
Yeah, I played League of Legends.
I know you played League of Legends, but iPhone games, man. You have the iPhone. You're iPhone boy.
I thought you meant like you've done something right. Like, good job. You didn't f*** up like the rest of us did. You've done something right in your life, Ivan.
Like,
okay, I'm assuming you have Angry Birds Rio.
Yeah.
Oh, what, do they have sombreros?
Which is Angry Birds.
But you're freeing birds instead of killing pigs.
Yeah, so there's that.
And how many copies of that did they sell? 10 million?
I don't know, a bunch.
Number.
Really? 10 million?
I remember seeing it.
Wow.
Phil's back.
That's lots of millions. More millions than I thought they would be selling of a rehash game. But then again, we've already kind of proven that no one wants original.
Yeah, speaking of which, both Capcom and Atari have released arcade compilations for the iPhone. So now you can pay $1 to play Adventure or Combat.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Those games aren't even worth $1.
I know. You know, they've got classics like Centipede and Asteroids and Missile Command and Yar's Revenge.
Those games are not even worth $1.
Yeah, I could see people getting pissed buying it and remembering how bad it was since they first played it.
That's pathetic that they put that out as a game. Like, buy this game.
I've only seen the app. I know the app itself is free, and then when you go in, you buy the games.
The app itself and Pong are free.
Oh, wow, Pong.
Yeah.
I mean, settle down there, guys. Pong is free. They're going to give you that one for free. You don't got to pay for that.
Yeah.
That's on them.
And then I think it's like $1 for... They bundled like 3 or 4 games together. So you get like the Centipede pack, which gets you Centipede and Millipede Deluxe for $1 or something like that. And the Adventure pack includes Adventure and Mystery Mansion and Mystery Mansion 2. But yeah, so they're not necessarily $1 a piece, but still $1 for 4 or 5 Atari 2600 games.
For that crap.
Yeah, that you could probably find online on some Flash website for free.
But Flash doesn't work on the iPhone.
Right, so yeah, I mean, if you're just absolutely dying to play Centipede on your iPhone, I suppose it's worth it. But, dear God, 35-year-old games.
You know what's really sad? I didn't start out bitter when we started the show, but I'm bitter now. I've become embittered.
Embittered. And then the Capcom thing, I believe, is similar.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I thought those games were more expensive, though, on that one.
I know that they had stuff like, what's the little knight when he gets hit, his armor falls off and he runs around in his own... Yeah, Ghost and Goblins is on there.
Didn't Xbox Live do a classic arcade? And I want to say it was free for the most part, wasn't it?
It was the same thing. You download the arcade thing and you can walk around an arcade and walk up to a machine and play it once for free. And then if you want to buy it, it's 400 Microsoft points.
Right. Oh my God, I'm going to shoot this bird. I'll be right back.
Okay, so...
Is it angry? Shut up! Yes, because birds understand you.
Wow. Capcom's even worse. They actually treat it like an arcade. You can buy 10 tokens for $1, and then you can play the arcade games for a token.
Oh, that's so bad.
And, you know, the games are like 1943, Ghosts and Goblins, Street Fighter 2, 1942, Ghouls and Ghosts, Commando.
You have got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just awful how greedy these people... I mean, anything to jump on the bandwagon of just trying to make an iPhone app and making money off of it.
And for an FYI, the Angry Birds Rio sold 10 million copies in 10 days.
Of course it did. Why wouldn't it?
That's bad.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it's not bad. It's ridiculous how much that game is making.
Is it even like that good of a game?
It's fun.
No, it is fun. I mean, it gets kind of old after a while because it's just the same thing over and over.
They keep adding content. I mean, usually, I don't know about Rio, but the other two, the Seasons and the original, they kept adding content, like, you know, often.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's supported very well. It's a decent game. Wow, how much money they're making off that thing.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Angry Bird sales top 100 million. So the base game has topped 100 million already. And that was about a month ago.
That in and of itself is kind of annoying.
And they have Angry Birds on the PlayStation Network, and it's the best-selling game on the PlayStation Network.
It truly is amazing how greedy these companies are. That it literally... I mean... Are they that paranoid to make an actual attempt at a new game that they just keep rehashing and rehashing and rehashing?
Well, that's where all the money is. You come up with a good idea, and it sells, and everybody loves it, so you just beat the crap out of it to death with more of the same.
But there's got to be a better way.
Well, your only other alternative is to try new, different games, and they're afraid to do that because new, different games might not sell, and they will lose millions of dollars as opposed to make millions of dollars.
Like, I can understand some of the things, like, to be honest, like the Lego series, because, okay, it's essentially the same game, but you have Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Batman, Lego Star Wars, so you at least have that kind of a variation. But what variation is there for Angry Birds?
Free the birds rather than kill the pigs. We've gone over this.
Oh, whatever. I hate you all. Not you, per se. I like you guys.
Kind of.
No, I do. I'm kind of a hateful person, so while my I like you isn't quite, as liked as other people's likes are. Does that even make sense? I just said like 4 times and then assumed that worked. But it just angers me how greedy these companies have become. It's not right, I say. But anyway.
Anyways, any other topics people like to discuss? Phil, anything?
Looks like Duke Nukem Forever got pushed out another month.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out next month in May, and it's June 14th.
There's no shot that game is going to live up to as long as it's been waiting to come out.
Well, it looks like they dumped quite a bit of money into developing the website. It's pretty flash heavy, all sorts of animation.
But I mean, it could be an awesome game. It's still not going to live up to the hype for the amount of time that it took to make it. It just ain't. It's not possible.
It's been, 12 years or something retarded?
It'll still sell lots of copies.
Do you think?
I hope it does well, just so that people shut up about it never coming out. And again, we were on that bandwagon for a long time, too.
But, I mean...
It probably won't sell tremendous, but it'll probably sell, decent.
I'd probably sell just to see what if it lives up to the hype, like Keith says. Even if they don't want to buy it, people will probably buy it.
Well, so here's the problem. I'm predicting it'll come out, or before it comes out, people will review it, and every single review will say the same thing, which is, wasn't worth 12 years worth of wait. And that will, it'll go on Metacritic, and it'll be like a 70% or something, which is kind of good enough to give it a try, but not a great game kind of thing.
Unless you're losing your virginity, nothing is worth 12 years of a wait.
Jesus.
I'm being honest. What the hell is worth 12 years waiting for 12 years? Parole? Yeah. If you're on a life sentence, maybe? What is worth a 12-year wait?
Getting $1 billion.
Well, yeah. I mean, that'd be like finding a genie in a bottle would be worth a 12-year wait, too.
I'm just saying. 12-year wait.
Okay, I'm being realistic, though, in my statement.
Fine. Okay. We'll come down to your realism land.
And in realism land, about the best thing that's going to happen after 12 years is you lose your virginity or get out of jail. Maybe both on the same day. Who knows? Could be a really good streak for you.
All right, so here's the question I have, ultimately. Wasn't the whole issue was that they didn't have funding and they didn't have the engine that they thought was appropriate for what they wanted to do? But in the end, didn't they settle on the Unreal engine, which has been out for 4 or 5 years or whatever it's been now?
I just remember them changing engines a number of times early in development, and that delayed them like the first 4 or 5 years. And then I don't know where they were for they disappeared for a while.
Yeah, I think at that point is probably when they ran out of money.
So they ran out of money, and the guys who did Borderlands Gearbox bought everything, like less than a year ago, or a year and a half ago, and then have been pushing like mad to get it done.
I'm surprised that ever since, like I said, the Unreal Engine that they've used for all the Unreal games and all the what's the epic game that I'm thinking of for the Xbox? Gears of War, all those games.
Two Worlds was pretty epic.
Those have been out for quite a long time, and still 5-6 years later, they're still taking forever.
Has anybody tried Two Worlds 2?
Dude, after how bad you told me Two Worlds 1 was, why would I do that?
I don't know, just to try it. Some people say it's better.
Well, yeah, but better than the worst game you've ever played isn't saying much.
It doesn't take much, but still. It's like an open world, like Oblivion-esque kind of game. Actually, Ivan, are you looking forward to, what's that one called? Skyrim.
Oh, not EverQuest, Elder Scrolls 5?
Yeah, that's it.
It'll be a good game. I don't know why my voice went up when I said that, but it did. It'll be a good game! It'll be a good game! Hey, guys!
I can't wait!
Puberty boy!
So good!
I struck again! It'll be a good game, though. All of the Elder Scrolls, well, I've played from 3, I played what? 2, 3, and 4, I played. All of them were good games. Morrowind was a lot of fun, actually. They just need to make that kind of a more... What's the word? Multiplayer. That's the word. They need to make it more players. And that'd be awesome. What's the word? Where you have more people playing it? How do you say that?
You know, when you have multiple people playing at the same time, what do you call that? I know there's a name.
Okay, so if you enjoyed the old ones as much as you did for single player, do you think the multiplayer would improve it that much, or would it kind of take away from...
It would, I think, give it something.
At least like a co-op type of storyline? Are you looking for more than co-op?
No, like, honestly, do like all the other games. Up to 4 people can play it. Whether you want to be co-op or kill each other or whatever you want to do, that's fine. The biggest problem with that game was that once you got so far into it and you got all the sweet gear, it didn't really matter what you were fighting anymore at that point. You just beat the holy hell out of it.
Well, yeah, I hope they fix some of the problems like that, and the fact that there's like 800,000 magic spells and other things, and everything wound up being a melee battle.
Yeah, it was kind of pointless to be an archer. Didn't you try to be an archer and then said, wow, this is stupid?
Right, I had to cheat at the game in order to play, and by cheat I mean I had to like climb up on rocks, spend 5 minutes climbing up on a rock that was too hard to get up so that I could shoot down, so I could actually hit people. Because otherwise, you'd have to, like, kite them, which means they're standing in front of you, and you have to do, like, circles and stuff around them to try and hit them. And that's not fun. If you're ranged, you should do more damage than melee-ish, so that you can kill things before they get to you and punch you in the face. Or you should be able to fight other, like, ranged people, so that it's a ranged battle, and then it's just how good you are and how much more damage you can do. But it was like every single enemy in Oblivion, when they saw you, they just ran up to you and tried to punch you or slash you with their sword. So it was... didn't matter if you were ranged or not, everything turned into a melee battle.
Yeah, that was the same thing. Even when Sue was playing, Sue tried to be a mage, and... by the end was just stabbing everything because you don't have time. Everything just rushes you. The only thing that doesn't rush you is the archers, the enemy archers, who would shoot at you and then run away and shoot at you again. But if you got so close to them, then they would actually pull out a dagger or something and try to.
Mm-hmm. And then the other problem I had was there was some very broken parts. So the whole point of the game was these portals were opening that you had to enter and kill all the demons to cleanse out that area and then exit the portal. And at some point I got an invisibility spell that lasted a ridiculous amount of time, like 10 minutes or something like that, or was permanent. I don't remember. But you'd enter this portal, hit invisibility, and then you could walk all the way past all of the bad guys to the, thing that you had to click to blow up that portal. And you didn't even have to fight anything. So towards the end of the game, so the biggest complaint I had was fighting sucked because everybody was a melee guy and ran up to you. But then by the end of the game, the point was moot anyway because you didn't even have to fight.
Yeah, if you could sneak or had good, like my guy had a whole suit of chameleon armor, and it was pretty much like 100% chameleon, and it wasn't even close. Things couldn't hurt me. But still a very fun game. Plus it had Patrick Stewart.
For a bit. In the very beginning.
But who doesn't like Patrick Stewart?
I don't know.
You have to be like a Nazi to not like Patrick Stewart.
Indeed. Or Captain Kirk.
People cannot like Captain Kirk.
No, I mean, you either have to be a Nazi or you have to be Captain Kirk.
Oh, gotcha.
Because those are the only people who don't like Picard.
Captain Kirk likes him. Captain Kirk saved him.
But he had to. It was in the script. He didn't have a choice in the matter. He would have let him die, and then he would have Deanna Troi, and then taken over the ship, and then would have called it a day. Actually, he probably would have hit the Doctor, because that was the one that was in love with Picard. That would have gave an extra jab in there to Picard.
Speaking of calling it a day, I think we're the day point.
We've babbled on long enough to actually make something out of that.
And since we got to do an introduction, here's the intro. Welcome to the Video Game Show, episode 238. And instead of saying hi, say goodbye. Ivan.
Bye.
Keith.
Goodbye.
And Phil.
Later, folks.
And me, Chad. Goodbye.
Bye, Chad.